My fellow New Yorkers, it truly is an honor to be able to speak here in front of all of you today. I really appreciate your time, and I think it's great that so many of you have turned out. It really shows how many people care about the community that exists within this district. For those of you who might not know who I am, my name is Meyer, and I grew up here in Amherst. And growing up, I was very involved in the local community. I volunteered for Upstate New York Transplant Services, Amherst Youth Court, Youth in Service. I became an Eagle Scout by the time I was a teenager, and I really love this place. But when I graduated from Williamsville East High School, I went on to study at American University, where I studied political science and international relations. And I had an opportunity to travel the world. I went to nearly every country in Europe. I traveled across the US. I visited every state except for Alaska. And I learned a lot in my travels. But the one thing that I learned very early on and very quickly is that no matter where I go in the entire world, no matter what I experience or what I see, I very quickly learned that there truly is no place like Western New York. No place I would rather be. And I'm sure a lot of you know exactly what I mean when I say that no matter where you go, there's always something about the Buffalo area that keeps you coming back here. And I think it's because we have such a great community here. I mean, the people that you meet here in Western New York are some of the nicest, most friendly people that you will find anywhere in the world. And when I think about how great our community is and how hard we work for it on a daily basis and how much we pay in taxes to be able to live in this great place, well, I don't know about you, but I get really upset. I get upset because if we are going to work so hard and if we are going to pay so much, shouldn't we be getting more in return? I mean, we pay the highest taxes in the entire nation. In the entire nation. Yet we receive so very little in return in the form of honest representation.
Very true.
Don't get me wrong, there are some great representatives here in Western New York, but our current assembly member for this 146th district, sadly, he is a do-nothing politician who would rather say yes to a lobbyist with a checkbook than he would say yes to a constituent who wants him to co-sponsor an important bill. In fact, the only check that we currently have on our failing assembly members is the $80,000 check that we pay them in taxpayer salary every year so that they can go to Albany and sit around in suits while they pretend to make enlightened decisions on our behalf. Frankly, I believe that the hardworking people of Amherst and Pendleton deserve better. We stand here today at the altar of democracy, and this is our chance to rise up as a unified people with a unified voice and to tell politicians who are associated with Albany's corrupt past that they cannot continue to swindle their way into the assembly every election year. This is a year of action, and we must fight. I am here today because I am fighting. I am here to formally announce to all of you today that I am running for the 146th district of the New York State Assembly. I strongly believe that honesty and integrity and accountability and transparency should not be considered to be a naive pipe dream. These are things that can be a reality if we fight together and if we demand it as a powerful people, as a unified people. We can actually see honesty in Albany. If elected, I would not only be the youngest member of the New York State Assembly, but I would also be one of the first to do things differently. As a candidate, I absolutely refuse to accept any and all campaign contributions from corporations, lobbyists, and special interest groups. And I strongly urge my opponent to do the same, because this election should not be about who can buy it. This election should be about the people standing up and doing what is right for each other. So please, when you all go home tonight, think to yourselves, what is it that the honest people of Amherst and Pendleton deserve? Do we deserve the failing politics of the past?
No.
No.
Or do we deserve a fresh start?
Yes.
A step in the right direction? I, Meyer, pledge right here, right now, that I will fight tooth and nail every day between now and November to give the honest and hardworking people of Western New York what they deserve next year. An honest representative, one who will be transparent and accessible, one who will hold himself accountable before the people ever even have to. If you agree with me that we deserve better, then join this fight. Thank you all for your time. Again, thank you all for being here. Really appreciate it. If anyone wants to, I'm going next door to the Irishman for lunch. So,
I'd love to join.